ingesting information from TikTok. It's pathetic. Don't be distracted by the bullshit that you guys see. This isn't the big thing. Something bigger is coming. For men that be like, I can't be with a woman that makes more money than me or whatever, I still gotta be the man. Seek help. Your mindset is flawed because you're not looking from the person that is going to treat you right and do right by you and be faithful and love you. I ain't trying to deal with you. There are 8 billion people in the world. At least half of them are women. I think I could find somebody else that hasn't slept with one of my friends.
What's up? Welcome to the You Know the Best pod. I appreciate your support. In return, I hope I provide you with some worthwhile gems that benefit you on your journey. At the very least, I hope I put a smile on your face. If not, hopefully you share this with someone that does benefit. And I got you next time. Again, thanks for joining today, and let's get this thing going.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of T.O.T.S. You know, there's a lot going on in the world today. You know, football, people getting married, policies being enacted. So I'm just going to talk about a few things that are top of mind, that are pissing me off right now. Because, you know, when you come to T.O.T.S, that's what you're going to get. First things first, I'm thinking about this TikTok ban that is pending in Congress. There are so many things in the world that we could focus on and worry about. And for Congress to be so focused on banning TikTok so propaganda can't be pushed, there are places like Facebook, there are things like Instagram. There are so many social media products that are out there. And this seems like, once again, the American political system focusing on something that is not top of mind for its constituents. You have homelessness. You have things like Roe versus Wade. You have things like inflation and the economy and just so many other things that we could be worrying about in the world today. And we're worried about propaganda being pushed through a China-based social media app. And so, like, for me, it's just ridiculous. It's pretty stupid. But, you know, this is what we've come to, you know, expect from our politicians. The one thing they can agree on is that TikTok needs to go. The parties can agree on TikTok should be banned, but we can't agree on helping the homeless. We can't agree on women's rights to control their bodies for health reasons. We can't work on infrastructure. We can't figure out how to stop pollution, but we can stop people from posting or ingesting information from TikTok. It's pathetic. Don't be distracted by the bullshit that you guys see, because this isn't the big thing. Something bigger is coming. I just was watching something where they were talking about, and not for nothing, you know, there should be some type of regulation on who can access porn, but like Texas banning Pornhub because they wouldn't make people identify their IDs. Now, I don't stand on either side of this one. I think both arguments have some merit, but these things that the government has decided that they want to focus on aren't important, because if children are getting on Pornhub or accessing stuff like that, that's on their parents. Their parents gave them phones. The parents gave them iPads, computers, without, you know, policing or parenting and making sure that they're not looking at these things. If they want to get to it, they're going to get to it, regardless of if they show their ID to access the database. And I've heard the arguments that it's to watch what people are watching so they can identify the pedophiles and things of that nature, which may be true. But again, there are ways around all of these things, and we have to focus on the things that are really the biggest issues. And hopefully one day we can get someone in office that can do so, get some politicians in that care about what's important to the American people, so we can try to be what we say we are as an example of democracy and leadership in the global community. So, all right, enough of the serious stuff. What do we want to talk about today? There's a lot of things going on. I talked about in the last episode about Drea and her preying on Jalen Green, which, again, I also said that he's goofy as hell. And I want to speak more to that. Like, there is a piece of it being preyed upon by these cougars or these women that are chasing money from these celebrities and athletes. But some of it is y'all just like leftovers, and not to like disparage a woman in that way. But what I mean is y'all like going in after somebody else. Like it makes you feel accomplished. And I'm talking about you men, some of you women, y'all like to go after other people, sleep with the people that they slept with, date the people that they've dated. I don't know what you get out of it. Me personally, if someone has slept with or dated one of my close friends, or even somebody I know that I have respect for and have some sort of relationship, I'm probably not going to engage. It's going to be a hard lift for me to engage. And that's only for the people that I know them and have some form of relationship. If you dealt with one of my friends, my close friends, somebody in my close circle, I ain't trying to deal with you. There's too many. There are 8 billion people in the world. At least half of them are women. I think I could find somebody else that hasn't slept with one of my friends or somebody I know. This isn't an insecurity thing. This isn't a pride thing. It's just like, why? I even get the argument of like, well, maybe that wasn't their person. Are you going to miss out on your person because they had dealings with someone in the past? Yeah. My person wouldn't have been sleeping with someone knowing, right? If I believe in God and everything has a faith, then I would not be put with the person that slept with somebody that's close to me, because God understands the type of person I am and how I view that. Y'all have like a sick fetish about clout chasing, trying to say like, oh, I slept with her, or I slept with him and I know this person did it. Like, you got Joey Chavez. She has a kid with Bow Wow, kid with Future, and now she's about to have a kid with Trayvon Diggs. And I understand that Trayvon is 25 and maybe he looked up the Future, or he was like, oh, look, hey, I got this woman that these guys, she's bad. Now, don't get me wrong. Joey's a cold woman that is getting her money, but there are a lot of cold women getting money. And I'm not saying that she doesn't deserve love, but it's like the athletes, the celebrities, and I have theories on why they do these things, but they just chase after the same women for whatever reason. It's a little disgusting. It's a little weird. It seems like a fetish. Like y'all want like, oh, I slept with that woman because she slept with this celebrity or athlete, and it's strange behavior. I have a strong dislike. Like, there's levels to messiness. Some messiness is unintentional. Some messiness is intentional. I try to make it a point of mine to stay out of other people's business, not because I've always done so, but because I've learned over time that it's important to mind your business unless someone is being harmed. I just don't understand why people stay in other people's business. I know of a situation recently where a young lady proceeded to tell her friend that a guy had a girlfriend. Now, mind you, that young lady that was told that the guy had a girlfriend was not dating that guy. She has her own boyfriend. But that girl's cousin went on one date with that guy that she knew of, that the cousin knew of. The other girl doesn't even really, hang out or talk to the other girl. So she went out of her way to tell a girl that a guy was in a relationship that was not in a relationship. Like, y'all got to mind y'all business and stop being messy. Like, if you focus on the things that are important, which is like your personal life, your personal development, your growth, seeking your higher self, you will find happiness. But going and finding happiness in other people's downfall, trials and tribulations, I don't even know what to call it. I'm losing the word I want to use for it, but just, their pain or seeing them, be caught up is sick. It's sick behavior. It's pathetic behavior. Like, I say this as a person that has reached out to someone to like let them know that their significant other was, doing some shady dealings. But I was much younger. Like, I was 18, 19 years old. And that one instance where I told somebody something and they came back to me angrily made me mind my business. Because at the end of the day, if that person doesn't want to accept it, they're not going to accept it. But let's just say you tell somebody and you think that person's going to keep it to themselves. They might not. And you don't know what consequences are going to come from it. Like, people have been hurt, beat up. Their names have been ruined. Relationships have been ruined. Just because you wanted to be messy. Like, not everybody is going to dig and do the research to make sure that that's the truth. Not everybody's going to approach it in a positive manner. So you don't know what the actions or reactions are going to be. And maybe maybe some of you people don't care, but it's like really like disgusting behavior that I'm tired of. It's sickening. You got to grow up, especially people in your 30s and 40s. You ain't got nothing better to do than to be messy and start talking about other people's business. I hope that you guys seek help and go talk to a therapist or go find you some business, because you look ridiculous and it's quite pathetic. I probably have addressed this before, but I'm really tired of the 50-50 convo. And the reason I'm tired of it is because the 50-50 convo is not made in good faith for many, many reasons. One, the economy as where it is like people's, like the median income of America is not even at a level where people can pay their rent. But going 50-50 isn't really a conversation you should be having. You should be having the conversation of, are we aligned in how we think about finances? Does 50-50 work for us? Does 100-0 work for us? What works for us financially? I personally believe that if your income is X and your partner's income is Y, so let's just say, for example, if I was dating someone, my income was $200,000, their income is $100,000, our total income is $300,000. Why would I expect that woman to go 50-50 with me? For what? She doesn't make as much money as me. It's not equitable for her. Now 33% into the household. Hey, what that 33% goes to, it doesn't really matter, because you contributed your portion of the income to the household. And then you have all your money to do what you want to do with it. And then I have my excess money to do what I want to, but we still going to talk about it as a couple, as a partnership. But the 50-50 combo is just tired. Like, who cares if a man's asking you a 50-50? Maybe that works for him financially. And if it doesn't work for you, then move on. Who cares if you want to be a stay-at-home mom and you want a man to be a provider? There are some men that will do that. There's some men that don't believe in it. I don't believe in stay-at-home moms. Not because I don't think that stay-at-home moms have value, but I've never seen it. Not because every woman I saw was struggling, but because in the two-parent households that I saw, the wife worked. A lot of times closely with their husband, sometimes not. But that worked for their family dynamic. They were able to have homes. They were able to provide for their families. They were able to spend time with their children equally, because everybody did their part. And to sit here and say that, oh, if you can't provide for me and you don't take care of all the bills, you're not a man or whatever. Or even for men that be like, I can't be with a woman that makes more money than me or whatever, I still got to be the man. Seek help. Your mindset is flawed because you're not looking from the person that is going to treat you right and do right by you and be faithful and love you through good and the bad. Because for all you know, you get with that person and you go through something and you're going to need that person to be there, or that person's going to need you. Like, marriage is not only about financial, like being able to take care of somebody, and maybe they're only asking you to go 50-50 just to see if you are open to it, because they know they're trying to manage risk. Like, I just had a conversation internally at my company about why we do certain things, and we do things to manage risk, not because we're trying to make things harder or be difficult, but we are more concerned about managing risk. A man might be saying 50-50, but he don't really mean that. Is a man ever really going 50-50 with a woman? I would love to see it, where a man is really making someone go 50-50, because that would mean that y'all going 50-50 y'all going Dutch on every date. That means he is spending, and you are spending equally as much on gifts and Valentine's days and anniversaries and all these other things. But for a household, if y'all make equal amount of money, why are you expecting him to spend everything, to use all his money to pay all the bills? Unless, of course, he was already managing those bills by himself, right? Now, if you want to live modestly and you want to, not expand your home and not grow and do all these different things and have all this extravagant travel and things of that nature, by all means. But when it becomes a thing of like, hey, we have to buy a home to fit both of us. We have to buy a home to fit our family. I want to go on trips. I want to do all these things. Well, if we're only living off one income and all of my income is going into the house, where are we going to get the extra money? If my income is covering all the bills. including your new bills, like your car insurance, your phone bill, all those things. Where's the money coming from? So just let's be realistic when we think about these things. We talk about these things. The practicality, I think a lot of emotion is coming from a place of ignorance and not understanding what two-person finances look like. Because let's be honest, in the Black household, we haven't seen it a lot. We haven't seen two-parent income home, and we don't know what it looks like to manage finances and invest and grow together in a healthy way. Maybe just think about that. Men, and I talked about this on the Passport Bros one. Again, nobody cares that you are having sex with women. No one cares how many women you've had sex with. Stop bragging about your sexual prowess, your sexual habits, who you slept with, when you slept with them. It's weird to me as a grown man that people are talking about who they had sex with, because I don't really talk about who I had sex with. And I haven't done so. 37, probably in 17 years. Let's just say 17 years. Because what does that really get me? Like, I don't get a prize. I don't get a cookie. My jersey not ever going up in the Raptors in the Hall of Fame for the baddest chicks smashed or the most chicks smashed. Like, and not even to use that language in a negative way, but like, nobody cares, bro. Like, you not going to get to heaven or wherever you go when you die and they say, oh, you smashed this many, you had sex with this many women. You get a gold star. You get to go in a special VIP area in heaven or maybe even hell. When other men brag to me or brag around me about who they had sex with, it makes me feel like you don't get vagina. It makes me feel like you're not used to having sex. And it's just weird behavior. The other thing is, like, as many women friends as I have, a lot of women talk about how men brag about how big, they are, how endowed they are. Kudos to y'all. I don't know if y'all understand science and how things work, but that ain't really what you should be bragging on. I mean, it's a nice bonus. I've heard. I don't know. I ain't never, looked at another man's dick or experienced it for me to care, because I, love women, just in case that was unclear. When I talk to my women friends, that's not the first thing they're worried about. Now, they don't want you to be small, which, scientifically, that also makes sense, depending on, your, what I'm about to say, your insides and how they are structured. Stop leading with it. Like, the dick pictures, like, sometimes I wonder if y'all brains are like upside down or in backwards or something. Like, it's just like the conversations that I hear from men and then the conversations I hear from women about men, it makes me wonder, like, what the hell is going on in some of y'all brains. Y'all can't be serious. You can't be being real. Like, you have to be joking or trolling. I'ma just implore you, men, stop bragging about who you smashed. Stop bragging about your dick size. Most women don't care. In reality, most of y'all can't lay it down. From what I hear, I would say out of the hundreds, maybe thousands of women I know, y'all have about a 80% fail rate. So maybe you should focus on getting better, doing some breathing, going and doing some male kegels. Some of y'all got ED. We're in our 30s and y'all got ED. That speaks to a larger issue. No pun intended. But yeah, figure it out. Stop it. Grow up. Like, nobody cares, bro. Good for you. Slow clap. You had sex. We expect that from an adult that's, sexually active. All right. Well, I'm out. Once again, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I'll catch y'all next time. Peace out.